Hi vegan cheesemongers, today I'm going to be showing you our master recipe where you can start and make our base cheese and then the sky is the limit in terms of flavoring it. Now the first item we're going to be putting into our blender is our plant milk. The recipe calls you can use plant milk or you can use water. It's completely your choice, so this is really the only time where we're giving you a choice of two options. I like to use plant milk because it makes the cheese a little bit creamier. Make sure you choose unsweetened. I'll say it again, unsweetened, because you don't want your cheese to taste like sugar or sweet, unless you mean it to be that way. We want to have a really mild flavor profile, so choose something that's less flavorful, not big and flavorful. So I'd stay away from things like hazelnut. If you love almond milk, use almond milk. Our standard here at the school is soy milk because it's just a mellow base, but use whatever works for you. I discourage you from using coconut milk because once again, your cheese will taste like coconut. Just pop that in the blender. Next, we're using coconut oil, and this is refined coconut oil. Please, please, please make sure you do not get extra virgin coconut oil because that will definitely make your cheese taste like coconut. Next, we're using nutritional yeast. Now make sure that you get nutritional yeast and not brewer's yeast. So we're gonna pop in 2 tablespoons of the nutritional yeast, 1 to 2. I like a little bit cheesier, so 2. Next, we have our setting agent. Now, in order to keep this cheese together, you can see everything I put in there already is liquid. So I wanna get something that is going to set this. And here I'm gonna be putting in the kappa carrageenan. So that's going to be going straight in. You can use agar, and you can use the research, check out all the reference documents about the differences between kappa and agar. And last but not least, I have a little bit of salt. So now I've blended up my entire cheese, and this is the color we have. So you can see it's a real white, mild looking, very basic colored cheese. So depending upon the type of cheese you want, if that's what you like, stop there. Now just look at adding some flavoring. You know, whether it be anything you want, you could be using onions, olive brine, miso, the sky's the limit. But if we are interested in color, there are a couple of different things we have in the reference document. I want to show you, you can use paprika. Throughout the Americas, it's very easy to get annatto. It's also known as achiote in Spanish. This is what actually they use in the United Kingdom to make cheddar cheese, that bright, beautiful, pungent orange color. Look, you could use tomato paste if you like, but I'm gonna show you, these are actually just roasted red peppers. You just wanna grab about a chunk of a roasted red pepper that comes in a jar, and that will color your cheese. There's also saffron that's an option. And you can play around with it. Remember, for those of you who took our level 1 course, the vegan cuisine, remember we made a low-cost cheese sauce with potatoes and carrots. So really the sky's the limit in terms of how you think what can color it. So just go ahead and see how dark you like it. Now, for those of you who know, my nickname is the Spicy Chica. We have these oils that we actually purchase here in Greece, but you can make your own flavored oils. I love these. One of these has basil in it, so if you were making some Italian plate or some Mediterranean plate, that would be fabulous. There's another one here that's barbecue. Oh my gosh. I already talked in other videos about smoking, but this is a way to kind of be like a little bit of a cheat, to be honest with you. If you didn't have time to smoke a cheese, and you only want to do an instant cheese, you could just spray a little bit of this barbecue-infused olive oil. And last but not least, there's a chili pepper one. So I'm going to use just a couple of sprays in here. It's almost like one of those pumps, you know, that you buy at the grocery store that has, and I'm gonna put a teeny weeny bit of barbecue. You might think I'm crazy. Just chili oil and a little bit of barbecue. But what I like about this is they're very quick and convenient. You don't have to measure. You can put in as little or as much as you like. And then now I just want to repulse this, blend this, and then we're gonna cook it up. Now, I just want to show you how liquidy this blend is right now and also the color, okay? And all I have here is my tart ring or timbale lined with a little bit of cling wrap. And then now I'm just going to do is pop this in here. Now, there are kind of some flecks of my roasted red pepper in here. I'm okay with that. If you're a purist, you can strain those out, but I don't care about that. You won't get those little speckle things in from the paprika or any of the other spices. but I'm okay with having a little bit of texture in there. Now you want to bring this up, and I'll show it to you when we're pouring it out into the mold. Now, I did have this cooking, and it's getting thicker on me. If you have tapioca in here, it's going to get clumpy and almost look like cottage cheese. Now, I'm not using a candid thermometer or thermometer at all. I know many of you at home don't have one. So I'm not actually going to be using a thermometer here, but I do know I need to get it up past this boiling point. So that's 100 degrees Celsius, or of course 212 Fahrenheit. So I just want to I do know that now it has exceeded that temperature, so that means that my Kappa has been activated. It's really liquidy, of course, because I have that coconut oil in there as well as the plant milk. If this begins to separate, or what we call split, you can absolutely stick it back into the blender. That means this is something that's thermo-reversible. Thermo-reversible, it's a fancy term for splitting, and you could re-blend it and it will reconnect and make an emulsion. So now you want to come over here and look at that color. You see how it has gotten a little bit darker? Not too much. This is just like a light Velveeta color, if you will. And so all I'm going to do now is pour this straight away into my mold that has been lined with my cling wrap. Once again, you don't have to do that. Ooh, I'm not left-handed. See, I'm pouring quickly now, and already when it's come off the heat, it's getting it's starting to set. So I specifically did that to show you. Already, this is beginning to set and get thick. So now you just want to cover this so there's no air gaps. I'm going to cover this and let this come to room temperature and then pop it in the refrigerator. And now you just want to turn out your cheese from the mold and plate it and decorate it any way you like. And remember, this is the master cheese recipe that can be tailored and tweaked with as many different flavorings and or colorings as you like, and you're only limited by your own creativity.